Hey, Crown Publishing content followers, viewers, supporters, and listeners across the globe. How are you guys doing out there this beautiful September 10th? Look at me trying to add days to the month that ain't even came yet. September 10th. I correct myself. 2024. We thank you for tuning in right here with the Crown Publishing Content YouTube channel family. Where publishing and marketing content, creative content finally meet. You can always support us, whether you're a new subscriber or an old subscriber, by simply hitting that like button and also sharing our videos or maybe commenting sometimes. We invite you guys to come on in, be family. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to just speak on it for a minute because y'all know family. And kind of the topic today is important for families, okay? But also, uh, when you try to like something like with my channel I use for example, like at Crown Publishing content on this channel, we are family. And some may undermine that statement when I say that, but I love all my subscribers. Even if I've never met you or shook your hand personally, and let me put the emphasis on the word yet, okay? Because there's nothing wrong with meet and greets and stuff like that. A lot of us, we're just in different seasons, phases, stages of our lives too. Just like in a real family, these things do happen. People grow apart or they get closer, or somebody get married, move on, somebody pass away. This is truly the ups and downs of, we talk about all the good things that come with having a family that you love and that you've known all your life and stuff like that. But why do people pretend so much that hell, some of the biggest quarrels, is that how y'all say the word, fights, brawls, sometimes start right with the family, them same people that gave you first spoonful or uh took you to get your first vaccinations, whatever, right? So right here at Crown Publishing Content, I had to make an emphasis on that. And there's nothing you have to do. You don't have to take a blood test over here. You don't have to be related to anybody I know. Family is family. Family, I like how Christ described it in the Bible. He said, he told his own mama. I'm not lying. Y'all can go look this up. Christ told his own mother one day, and she was mad at him. Like, Jesus, what I done told you about going out here and like being out here talking amongst strangers and leaders and people about spirituality and religion all the time. Jesus, what I tell you about that? You're still a child. You need your mom's permission, you know. And Jesus told his mother, yeah, she was like, you need to respect me. I'm your mama. I'm sure she said that in there somewhere. She didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just telling y'all how the story went. Jesus looked at her and said, my family, because some would argue, well, was Jesus being disobedient? He was a child and thing. I didn't even mean to go this direction with the stream today. But seriously, something to think about. Jesus told her, my family is those. Trust me, he didn't start naming off like Joseph, his dad, and his mom, Mary, and his grandma, and his siblings at home. He said, my family are those that simply do the work of my father. And I know they probably threw Mary off for a minute when he said that day. Because, like, even her being a grown woman didn't probably immediately, like, catch. Because that, a lot of people like to talk about how Christ talked in parables or symbolism and stuff like that. But really, let's talk about the things he said straightforward. And he told his own family, his own flesh and blood at that time. Uh, my true family, he was making his mom aware where his conscious level was at the age of like 12 and 13. My family mother, I just love the Bible and the stories that have given me so much life support. And I'm not talking like at the hospital, I mean just that type of life support. So we like to be a support out here to you independent artists, writers, entertainment lovers, and also research lovers. I mean, because our topics vary. uh, we really don't have a topic discussion we won't cover, really. People can test it and see. If I don't speak on a topic, a subject, I'm just speaking for me. It's because I didn't probably want to touch on it, but that doesn't mean I won't or something. That's all I feel. But today's topic is extremely important. Uh, whether you're family with people or not all the time. I was just trying to explain how at Crown Publishing Content, in case we get new listeners and stuff like that come across every while and again. We are the Crown Publishing Content YouTube channel family when it comes to this platform. And I'm going to just leave that at that. How do you join the family? Hit the like button, leave a comment. I ain't gonna even say join the family. If you're even in the family, show yourself sometime. You're in a crowd publishing content family. Come on over, content. Where's the support? So, support can be life support, health support, financial support. Support comes in many different forms. And how YouTube works, you kind of show that it's absolutely free. You show it through a subscribe, a like. Those are totally free actions. Uh, we can do, you know what I'm saying, for any content creator, just keeping it on people's mind out there. Now, family or not, nurse or not, doctor or not, medical studies or not, I've always felt like CPR was like really even if I didn't show it, because some people say, your actions speak louder than words. I say that's true 95% of the time. Because sometimes if you are intentionally trying to let me see. What am I trying to say? Yeah, you don't want to speak. Some people they're actually not verbal. They rather show you. I know I had a point with this, but I'm getting off track again. Like CPR training and certification. All I want to do for the world today is come on here and discuss a few online training options that are available for any person really. Now, some of these I didn't look far that far into it. Like most of the CPR online trainings, there is no like age limit. I mean, probably for kids or something, you might want to jump on YouTube, type in CPR how-to videos, and that doesn't hurt. I'm actually advising people that sit down with your kids and talk to them more because the world is changing more and more every day. And it's not the world we knew it as is in the 70s, the 80s, the 60s, the 50s. I don't care what era you came from. We're talking about today. This is exactly why I don't like to get too much in politics. People like to talk about, the changes they want to see for personal reasons, which do matter. But I feel like um, politics is pretty serious. People get pretty serious about that, and they'll get serious to the point where they teach their kids at an early age to be one way or the other. A lot of the people right now are probably only Republican because dad was, mom was, or they're Democrat because grandma was. But anyways, it's just something I think about, right? We'll prepare our youth and give them all these teachings about elections and who the 50 previous presidents were and things like this. But I'll tell you, boy, CPR trainings and classes and awareness, mental health awareness. I mean, I can go down the list of things as we see things changing, as drastic, as swift as they do in the world as we do today. You definitely, that's just like moving forward to a new study. Y'all know how every 6 weeks in school, maybe like grade school, they have a what you would call a grade report or a report card. This shows you, you know what I mean, what you've learned. And I feel like right in our own homes. It starts at home. We should be doing the same thing as we behind the scenes or outside of school in other environments our kids might be. There are other things that, take place in the world. So are our kids as much as they can be, right? Our youth in the world, are they as educated as can be when it comes to because everybody will get on these podcasts and videos or whatever and talk about how unfortunate it is that young people are dying. I mean, I'm one of them too, because we all know that's unfortunate. But that's what inspired my topic today. Why can we not uh, as many other increases in statistics that are happening today on the negative and positive side. I feel like educating our youth about things that can save their life is also going to be as crucial. So, CPR training and certification is probably just one avenue of getting started on that route and things like that. Because I feel like, you know, at least by the age of 7, 8, I've met people that had heart conditions, just different health conditions, right? And they still had little children to care for. I wonder though, when these parents and things like that have these disabilities or health issues, are they educating their kids too? Because especially even if you're not a single parent, right? The other parent could be at work one day. Any kind of emergency could pop up. Does your child know how to perform CPR on you, parents out there, if it's needed, right? You're not eating the healthiest. I'm not out here trying to spread the fear of death or anything. I'm just like, hey, it's really time to get serious about our lives if we haven't been. Now, you can tune into previously recorded segments where I have tried to raise awareness as well about other topics like cybersecurity and homeschooling. And I don't want to just touch on things I've talked about pertaining to the youth, but these are a few, and you can feel free to check them out. Check out previously recorded topics right here on the Crown Publishing Content channel. Just kind of scroll through some of our videos. I encourage y'all to, and just check out some other things that like we've touched on. Another thing that inspired this topic was like, even if it seems like a little service to the world, I do think about the world, even though I've shut myself off to the world more. That's another topic for another day, because sometimes you have to for your own inner health. We're here to talk about health today. But I just thought it was a funny experience. People see you shut down and actually practice. I wouldn't say shut down, but you might shut down to a certain part of the world. Like, hey, I'm not into video games and TV for a while. I'm not into social media for a while. I'm not into, going out in groups and hanging out at bars and stuff for a while. It could have seemed lonely to people from the outside looking in, but you knew what was best for you at that time. If you don't want to be accused of snapping on somebody, saying something to somebody wrong, you've been through that too long. You just tired of it. So what do? I didn't say I came up with the right answer. You just stop entertaining people for a second. But where I will come on here and entertain, right? I still ask for people's support. This is like my hobby, my work, what I love to do, and that is uh, speak peace, speak healing, speak truth, and I'm just here. I'm not here to teach anybody how to do CPR. I'm here to, though, let's start off with this first website that y'all are going to see across the screen here. More raise awareness about websites and leads to where you can, if interested, even if you're not a parent. You got a lot of college students just went back to school. A lot of these guys are going to be in athletics and stuff, right? You got even football season starting back in a lot of places. But I was talking about even at home, or you could be around strangers. Somebody in the group needs to know how to perform CPR. So the first on my list to talk about today is nationalcprfoundation.com, where you can get access to an online certification or renewal, uh, showing that you're certified in CPR. It sounds too good to believe, but now the classes are free. When you go to this website, I don't want anybody misquoting me and saying, hey, Miss Whitney, you told me to go over here and, you know, things didn't work out. So I try to explain as much as I can today with the resources I'll be bringing to the table real quick. Just shout out to all these websites I'm going to name today too. And thank you, world, universe, and those doctors and nurses who were 10 steps ahead of us anyway, and made these type of things available for the public, for society, for communities. Now I know in some communities, y'all, they probably have like places where you can go. My job is just to spark your interest in research about different things. But you can go like some places. There's like local workforce offices, right? Or just different organizations and nonprofits too that probably help uh, or have resources available for people who would like to learn CPR or they need it for a job. I feel like it's only talked about when people need it, they have to get it for a certain job or something. But I'm telling you, with the way that young people are just dropping here today, I do feel like maybe 20%, 15% of it, if we're more educating the young people in general about not just the dangers all the time about things, because we know teens, we know young people, what is dangerous to them. And y'all better go back and think about y'all's ages when y'all were that age. Did you know how to do CPR? Could you have helped to save a friend's life one day, or did you guys more had to wait till paramedics were on the scene? It's really a situation or predicament you don't want to find yourself in, just not knowing what to do. Right? You got just this past summer, you had local swimming pools open. Swimming pool area is definitely a place I know the lifeguards and stuff be out there, but you know you just feel better about yourself, just like learning self-defense or something, knowing that you are prepared in case of an emergency. Then you've had these random school shootings, right? The very last one mentioned in our country anyway was that one back in Georgia recently. Condolences to those families who are suffering from loss and grief right now too. That's why I feel like these conversations are important. Like, regardless of what angle I come in on it about it, let's raise awareness about, like I said, not just with what's dangerous or what young people should do. I say go ahead and prepare them. Because even if you taught your child or young person, niece, cousin, what not to do and how to stay out of trouble and how to stay safe, the next young person probably didn't learn it. And that's where your kid could come in as a hero one day, right? Or your young person or somebody you guided and led, they'll be able to one day say, yeah, man, I mean, thankfully I learned CPR, was able to help. Anyways, the more we know, uh, that's not just a thing that should be beneficial for you, the one intaking the knowledge. Why don't we have more people sharing it? Uh, you know. So, anyways, they offer free classes, free CPR classes at nationalcprfoundation.com, but the actual certification you will find yourself paying for. I wanted to mention them on the channel today because from what I saw, it only costs like $12.95. The class is free. I'm talking about for the certification. Maybe you're a nurse or some type of medical professional out there. Feel free to leave your comments. Help us all out. If I got anything a little off, or if you might know other places that offer CPR classes. I know, like recently, I had a little baby, and uh, I just learned through experience that many states have already adapted and adopted to even making young ladies or parents, the young ladies for sure. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, whether dad is there or not, that young lady is she's left to make decisions and stuff. But this was not something they let me make a decision about. They're like, hey, we're not signing your discharge papers until you take this CPR class. So that was the last time I really took one, and I'm not mad about it. I might have asked my questions on the side, like, what do you mean mandatory? I didn't say it in a way like I was offended. I was more interested in learning. What do you mean? Because I had three other kids before my last daughter, and I'm like, what do you mean? I have to take CPR class and pass it and get this certification before I go home. And they said, well, Miss Whitney, there's been an increase. Some of these statistics you learn about straight hands from doctors. I'm telling y'all, there's been an increase of, infant fatalities that we feel like could have been prevented. We know what SIDS is and shaken baby syndrome and all this other stuff, but there are like so many things that could lead to a person needing CPR, or at least you have the knowledge of what something you could try, right? Until emergency help got there. So thank God, so far I have never had to do a CPR like procedure on anybody. Nobody's ever had to do it to me. But then again, I'm still living, right? And a lot of people are here today because CPR saved their life. So you pretty much just pay for the certification. They have other classes on the website that a person could be interested in. Like you can become certified in knowledge of blood pathogens. I don't know what you would need that for, right? I'm not more in the medical, but I'm just at least putting the information out there. Basic life support. Um, these are the same free classes. At the end of the day, you're just paying for the certification. It lets you print it on demand. You can go back and also renew or just brush up on it anytime as well if you do choose to go with that particular website. The next one on my list here is was founded by the American Red Cross. You can access their CPR classes through redcross.org. Okay. Most of these platforms and websites, though, I'm telling y'all, you're going to end up having to pay a fee. But thank God, a CPR training doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, why not get it under your belt? Especially even if you're anywhere like 16. In my opinion, I'm no lawmaker or anything, but I feel like 15, 16 and up, maybe it should even begin to be a mandatory class. The way young people been dropping around here, just like it's ridiculous. Whether they want to blame it on overdose, hanging out with the wrong friends, it's still too many dying too young. And I don't see how. I don't know how we're slowly beginning to accept this as the norm. I don't like it. So here I am doing my small work along the way. So redcross.org works a little bit the same. You're going to be offered classes. Most of these sites, like I say, the class is free, or you get on YouTube and watch a free video if you just want to be more knowledgeable about how to perform CPR. But I would encourage more of us to go ahead and get that certification like under our belt. Okay, protrainings.com is another. I think protrainings.com offers more. That's a little gem for you guys. More classes pertaining to health and wellness or whatever that people can gain access to if they're interested. Okay, so just was putting that out there about that one. There was one more I had here. I don't know if I went over this one yet. It's called newlifecpr.com. All these I'm naming out, guys, are at the bottom of the screen here. I left it there because some people, they just kind of listen in on the segments, but some do actually watch the visuals, the videos. And sometimes y'all, I'm just putting it out there. Y'all might want to pay attention to that because I'm gonna go back to announcing, grants for small business owners where we can find them. Um, Even as I piece my own life back together, this is me. I don't know what people expected or what they wanted it to be, but this is me. Back to the basics, back to the normal, and we have resources, referrals, things to share, information, knowledge. And we just love to bring those discussion topics right here to you guys. If you appreciated any of the information given out today about where you can find courses to get started on your journey towards becoming uh, certified in CPR, hit that like button. That's all you got to do to show me your support in that manner. Just once again, going back to that other one, real nationalcprfoundation.com. All course and exams are free. I had to put an emphasis on that. You can take these classes. It's a website, 24 hours a day. They're open, and you can make this happen for yourself. Your If you do pay for the certification, you get up to 2 year certification valid. Let's see if I can. My verbiage ain't coming out right. Valid, valid. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Like it's valid for 2 years after you do get it. It is approved by OSHA. And there's a group discount too. If you go to this specific website, nationalcprfoundation.com, and at least 5 of y'all take the class, you actually get a 20% discount. So I just think that's cool information. Thank you guys for tuning in to another segment with the Crown Publishing Content YouTube channel in 2024, where publishing and marketing content finally meet. subscribe, guys, share this video, and we'll be back with another segment soon.